Greetings and salutations. If you are new to the channel, I want to thank you for stopping by. My name is Eric Moss. I'm a motivational speaker, personal trainer, and modern day performing strongman. If you're unfamiliar with what a modern day performing strongman is I perform feats of strength like bending steel bars, breaking chains, rolling up frying pans, holding back motorcycles, that sort of thing as part of a live show. Kind of like a modern day version of what the mighty Adam and Alexander Zass used to do back about 100 or so years ago, but with a modern day twist. Now, being a modern day performing strongman as well as a personal trainer, I know people have questions for me about my methods, my philosophies, and that sort of thing when it comes to strength. So in an effort to grow my YouTube channel as well by giving you guys what you want, I started a YouTube series called Ask Eric Moss, where you ask me questions and I get back to you with your very own customized video. Pretty cool, right? So this question comes from CP, and they said, "Great video, legend. Well, I'm not sure I've earned the moniker legend just yet, but I'm working towards it, and I thank you for foreseeing my inevitable future." But they go on to say, "Could you show us a beginner routine?" Now, with the beginner routine, what he is referencing is actually an isometrics workout. And I believe that this was actually for the routine that I use for performing feats like bending steel bars, breaking chains, twisting horseshoes, and that sort of thing. But that sort of thing isn't really where a beginner would likely start. If you wanted to learn learn to perform feats of strength, what I would recommend is getting a coach. Now, the coach that I recommend is Hercules Chris Ryder. He was the one who picked up where my first coach, New Jersey Superman, the late great Greg Matonic, left off, and you would want to learn proper technique before loading the technique to the max of your abilities. Now, if you are just learning isometrics and how to get generally strong, what you would want to probably do is either pick up an isochain that's being promoted by Dragon Door, or do like I did and just make it yourself. There is a video where I outline how I built mine, which I'll try to link it, or I'll link it in the comments below so you can check that one out. But as far as a beginner routine, when I am creating training programs for my clients, and this is generally with weights, is I like to categorize it as upper body push, upper body pull, hip dominant movement, and knee dominant movement. That would be like squats and lunges and that sort of thing. So, as an example of an upper body movement done with my homemade iso chain, let's just pick overhead press, because overhead pressing is awesome. So what you would do is you would pick a spot that you want to train. Let's just say here, just below eye level, and you would push on it for about 5-6 seconds, maybe around 10 seconds or so. Rest a little bit. Do the same thing on the other side, right? 5-10 seconds, somewhere around there. Do that for a couple rounds. Think of a round as a set, and the seconds would be like your repetitions. Isometrics can be very intense, so don't overdo it, because it can be deceivingly intense, and then you end up being completely exhausted later that day and past the point of diminishing returns. So I would do anywhere from like 2 to 5 seconds of like 5-second holds. Now, we did the upper body push. Now let's do upper body pull. That would be something like a row. So I would get into like a lawnmower stance, maybe just a little bit lower than this. And then same type of thing. Pull on it as hard as you can, 5-10 seconds, rest a little bit, Do the same thing on the other side. 5-10 seconds. Now we would switch to either knee dominant or hip dominant. Let's just say hip dominant and make it like a deadlift. You would get into the proper deadlift position and you would visualize pushing the isochain away as hard as you can, right? Same rule, 5-10 seconds. Now, as far as knee dominant, maybe get that hook down just a little bit lower. And then do the same type of thing where you squat up 5-10 seconds, couple rounds. Follow that for a couple weeks. You don't generally want to go longer than 6 to 8 weeks on the same program, but you can vary the amount of time under tension that you do. You can vary where it is on the chain, so you change the range of motion. You can vary the amount of sets that you do to try to keep it different and interesting. But CP, I hope that answers your question. Oh, and also one last thing. That would be an example for routine for someone who is generally healthy and cleared for exercise. One of the things with isometrics is your blood pressure can skyrocket on this because of how much internal force you're generating. So you would want to breathe with shallow breaths, and that's assuming you don't have any kind of cardiovascular blood pressure issues as is. But anyways, CP, this video is for educational purposes only. Consult your physician. So anyways, CP, I hope that answers your question. If you have any additional questions or if anybody else has any questions, drop it in the comments below and I will get back to you with your very own customized video. But that is it for today. If you like this video, please let me know by hitting that like button. If you want to see more of this sort of thing or you want to see the vlogs, the vlogumentaries from my various shows that I do across the United States, subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you think anybody should see this, please share it with them. You know how this YouTube thing works. It's not that complicated. But that's it for today. Please stay happy, healthy, and strong. Eric Moss, over and out.